And we got, okay, my beautiful souls. Hello, welcome. It is August 2024. I cannot believe it. But this is the Cruise Beyond Limits virtual hit camp, the no matter what, our fitness monthly Zoom workshop. And I'm so grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be alive each and every day. And I'm grateful to be a part of an incredible community and to build and lead as your life tour guide and mentor through this conversation tonight. So, August, this month, we're focusing on the power of hydration and its impact on our mental and physical well being. And this mind body connection, right? Of the way that we fuel ourselves, both physically and mentally, and the things that we consume, and how it plays a direct role in how we show up in the world. All right. And so this week in the Bombshell Boot Camp, if you have missed some of the Bombshell Boot Camp or you're just tuning in for the first time, or if you're catching this on replay, highly recommend go back because we really unpeel each part of this. The stories that we tell to the habits that we have in each and every day of our life, and how we show up to make the right decisions that are going to fuel us forward so that we can achieve the results and the energy and the relationships that we desire, right? Or the success in our business, right? Or the success at work, or the success in parenting, caretaking, right? So it's all plays a role. So it's a combination of things. And we meet once a month. And so tonight there's a little creature crawling across my keyboard. Sorry. I'm like, that doesn't belong here. Yeah, he's gonna stay there for now. So we do this once a month, and this is free for our community. It's a part of our community. So for those of you who are new to our world, I just want to say welcome. I know Dawn, I met you earlier today via Zoom. So welcome to this beautiful community. Hey guys. This is a family show. Just so you all know, our values for Cruise Beyond Limits is faith, fitness, family, and fun. Okay. Faith, fitness, family, and fun. So we have faith in a higher power, the universe, and something that's bigger than ourselves. We have family. This is our chosen family. This is a community and a sisterhood, right? And so we treat each other with respect, and everyone is welcome, and everyone has an opportunity to feel heard here tonight. Okay. Fitness, our mental and our physical fitness. So as we think about and talk about the hydration station or the nutrition that we're trying to work on and the consistent habits that or the lack of consistency that we think we have, right? We're doing this dance with our mental and our physical fitness at any given time. Okay, so it's a huge part of what we do. And then fun. We don't take ourselves so seriously and we celebrate around here. So we have to honor and own how far we've come along in this journey. So, as your life tour guide and mentor, and as your coach, and as the leader of this group, I am not going to let you talk smack to yourself. I'm not going to let you talk about my friends like that. And I'm going to also make sure that you are honoring and owning how far you've come. And I might challenge you, and I might interrupt you, but it's only to bring you back to the present. All right. And if it doesn't challenge you, it's not going to change you. Okay. So, with that being said, we are here to have fun in a warm, engaging, very loose, like very casual environment. And before I hit record, some of us shared that we came out of the shower wearing our PJs. Some of us, myself included, are not wearing undergarments. So come as you are, bloom where you're planted. And we are all here to level up our life, our fitness, our holistic wellness, and create that mind body connection and that soul sisterhood connection that we all so crave. And we know that we're not meant to do life alone. And so it's not fun that way, anyways. So just come as you are. We're not here to compare. So if you catch yourself comparing yourself to someone else's journey or someone else's story, just notice it. Be curious, catch it, but try to be present and listen intently because this is a social environment and a group environment where we're all able to learn and grow together and level up together by learning from other people's stories. And the more you lean in, the more you're going to get out of it. And the more that you listen, the more you're going to get out of it. And the more that I lean in and listen, the more I get out of it as well. So I am no different. I am not considered an expert in any way. I am still navigating life and stressors and pressures and my fitness and my holistic wellness journey just right along with you. So all I'm here is to do is to help guide you, give you tangible tips and strategies, and for us to learn together. So without further ado, that's my intro. Welcome. For those of you who are new, thank you so much for joining us. And this was originally birthed, this Zoom call was a connection call originally birthed from our group fitness program. All right, but we've since recently opened it up to allow guests and allow people to come in to just really tap into a community and a sisterhood. And we also have men and spouses and children and grandchildren and parents, grandparents, right? Of all ages, of all abilities, and all over the world. So it has opened up to a beautiful space where we meet once a month just to talk about life, because life is lifing and it's tough. So no pressure. This isn't a sales pitch. Of course, there's opportunities for us to work together. So I know many of you have reached out saying like, okay, how can I be involved? What's next? How can I work with you? We're happy to have that conversation. I would love for you to introduce yourselves in the chat and don't feel like you have to share. And, but if you feel inclined and you want to share and introduce yourself and have something to share with the group, just be mindful so that everyone has an opportunity and just be mindful of your airtime. And I may interrupt you or I may table some discussions just for the collective of the group. Okay. So those are just my brief rules. And really, there's no rules. We're just here to have fun and connect. Okay. So so first of all, talking about hydration, I know we have some new people in the room. Some people is our first Zoom ever. So navigating this space of technology and leaning in and recognizing, I just want to honor and recognize and celebrate each and every one of you for being here and for providing this space, this open, vulnerable space for you, for yourself and your health. So if we can all just take a second and just whatever it means to you. For me, I like to just hold my chest because that's where I carry a lot of my weight. And I just like to hold my chest and just remind my heart that I'm here. I'm here to learn. I'm here to grow. I'm here to connect with no expectations. I'm here to give myself the gift of a holistic wellness and a mind-body connection and a soul spirit, and know that we're made for more. And life, yes, is hard, but we don't have to live in anxiety and overwhelm and stress at the expense of our own health and well-being. And so we're here just to learn the tangible tools and strategies, and that's it. We're here to learn. We're here to level up. We're here to learn what it's going to take for us to give ourselves the gift of ultimate self-love. So that's my brief grounding for tonight. And I just want to celebrate and honor all of you for being here. So thank you. I would love to open it up for any celebrations and any questions that you may have. And let's get this party started. I would love for you to start with a celebration, something that you're honoring first. And I'm not going to let you end the mic if you have a question without celebrating and just picking one thing. I don't care how big or small it is. Who would like to start?
I'll start if no one has one.
Yes, I
You
would
might
love.
think this is really silly, but going on the computer and figuring this out myself, that was celebration.
That is
So
huge.
I'm proud of me.
I'm proud of
This
you
one
too.
little thing.
That's a big thing, and it's not silly, right? And so often we preface a lot of what we're going to share with people with, you might think this is silly. So you might catch my eyeballs saying, so let's catch ourselves, right? When we do that, right? It is huge. It's a big step. And you
Thank
could have
you.
had every excuse as to why you couldn't be here. And you're here.
Aw,
So
thanks for
thank
the
you.
heart, Cindy.
So when it comes to hydration, Jackie, what comes up for you? How are you doing with your hydration? And do you have any questions?
I learned something from my girlfriend because I was talking to her, Sue. She's the one who lost her cottage, and but anyhow, you're drinking it. I said, well, I got to drink like 8 ounces, and she says, but you will drink 4 bottles of the water. Is 16 ounces. There's two there, and I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. I didn't do the math right. So that was good. I'm drinking more than I thought. So that
Mhm.
I didn't know. I kept on putting on my journal. It's like, no, no, I'm not getting there yet. Well, I am.
That's
That's it.
amazing. Amazing. Well done. And sometimes it just takes someone else asking you the question, right? And that's the power of community,
It
right?
is.
Yeah. Well done. And so you use the planner as your tracker, right?
Yes,
The Crystal Clear
it
Life
helps
Plan.
me.
Good. Great. Well done. And Valerie, I see in the chat your question about can you overhydrate? So I definitely want to address that. And I'd love to hear if I saw you come back on camera. So if you care to share a little bit of perspective as well in a celebration, would you like to begin there? Oh, you're muted, my dear.
I'm happy to be here and see everybody and that I'm happy now that you pointed out that I did not give up on myself and that here. But my question is, can you overhydrate? Because I'm drinking, if you say you gotta cut your body weight in half, okay, I'm not gonna tell you how much I weigh, but I'm drinking more water than what you're telling us to drink.
Okay.
And I'm
And
wondering, can we overhydrate?
yes, how much more water are you drinking than that?
I'm drinking a total of 20 ounces or 20 bottles or 200 ounces if I calculated it out. Okay, which is, I don't weigh 400 pounds. I don't even weigh 200 pounds
Okay. So so why are you drinking that much water?
because I'm constantly thirsty.
Okay.
I feel like I'm dehydrated.
Ah, okay. So there is a point where thank you for sharing, by the way. Thank you for this question. There is a point where you can overhydrate and it can do an adverse effect, right? And so perhaps if you're feeling thirsty, there might be something else going on.
Mhm.
Right? And so if you're constantly feeling thirsty or hungry, there's something else that needs to be there's something missing. And I'm not a doctor to tell you what that is. So I would certainly make sure you talk to the doctors about that. But if you are constantly thirsty, there might be some vitamins and minerals that are missing from your diet, or that there might be some things that some of the levels that might, or perhaps some medication that might be causing that thirst. So there's a lot of variables that I can't answer for you, but what I can say is that there may be something that is causing you to feel that way, and you can like have an adverse effect of drinking
Well,
that much water. Yeah,
Cindy just
especially if you're
mentioned Cindy just mentioned that I should have my blood work done. My blood work was done when I first started this vertigo, and everything came back normal, even with me drinking as much water as I am.
yeah, and so there's a lot when it comes to vertigo. And like I said, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not here to diagnose you. I'm here to just talk through what possibly could be happening. I do know that a lot of stress can cause vertigo, and the more we try to think about it, the more it kind of it's something that is living in us, and we're trying to figure out what's wrong, right? And
Mm.
so all the panels can come back normal even though you're doing all the things and drinking the water and doing, so like sometimes we don't feel like we're doing enough to find the right answers. And so, back to the beginning of our conversation of like, you're doing as much as you possibly can each day. And so let's really sink in that you are trying diligently to find the answers and calming our nervous system and bringing it down, and perhaps like asking other questions, and you're doing it, you have an emergency appointment, right? So saying what's missing, right? Because if there's no answer right in front of us, then there's got to be some reason why your body is responding in the way, right? And so, um, it might just take some time, right? And so we got to have some passion and some compassion and some patience to be able to say, okay, this heightened energy and, the stress and this, anxiety of like, oh my gosh, I got to figure it out right now it's going to cause more stress and anxiety, right? So finding ways to just ground and calm and just ask questions and do what you can each day. And that's all
Mhm,
we can do, right?
mhm.
And then just notice, right? Perhaps so you must be tracking your water if you are knowing how much you're drinking, right?
Mm,
Do you have salt in your diet?
that's what I was wondering. Okay,
No? Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't use salt because I don't want heart problems. I do have a pacemaker only because my heart rate was only 18 beats a minute. So that was an emergency 3 years ago, Halloween. So I am determined to stay fit.
Yeah. I'm so proud of you. That's amazing.
Me too.
Yeah. So like I said, there's a couple other things that, maybe not for this conversation, but consider perhaps some side effects from any medications that you might have. Ask if you have certain blood work that is specific to um, maybe some vitamin deficiencies. Though some of those panels are not going to show up on a normal blood panel, right? So you might have to ask for specific ones. Like for me, I'm vitamin B12 deficient, so I have to specifically ask for that. I have an autoimmune condition, so I have rheumatoid arthritis and I live with autoimmune and I've had cancer. So there's certain panels that you have to specifically ask for that your doctor is not going to just they're not going to just offer it, right?
Right.
So there might be some other questions that I might recommend that you ask. And then another one for me is yep, vitamin D is borderline for me, and I'm just sharing my experience. And then also anemia, right? That can cause a lot of vertigo.
Mhm,
So some other things to consider, right? And then maybe perhaps, I don't know if you are taking vitamins, like a multivitamin, what that, maybe there's some that are better for you than others. Um, there's hormones, there's birth control, there's a lot of variables here. So, just things to
mhm.
consider and just to get curious about.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Great. Awesome. Thank you so much, Valerie. We're here for you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for staying on. And just, I know that the
Yeah.
screen can be challenging. So if you need to turn
Mm.
it off and do what you need to do, totally fine. We're here for you and pop back anytime. We're here in the chat, or we're all here for you. Okay. And I see you
Absolutely.
showing up in the chat every single day and showing up and trying to be as fit and as healthy as possible. We see you.
How did people type?
Um, so some people are on their computer and some
I
people are
am.
on their phone. You're on your computer?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a chat function. There's like a little bubble at the bottom. Says chat.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah, for those of you who are new to Zoom, there is a chat function and there's actually a reaction button as well. So you can have hearts. You can also raise your hand. There's a raise hand function. And I think I'm the host, so I don't think I
Ah,
can raise my own hand. There we
thank
go.
you.
There's the raise hand. And then you
Then
can
that's
lower hand.
polite.
Yep,
Mhm.
exactly. Yep. And then also there's an ability to chat with individuals within the group privately. But it sets to a default for everyone. So if you are meant to send a message directly to someone else, or for instance, for me, privately, you can do that, or you can post in the group chat. Great question. Okay. Anybody else have any other questions and celebrations? Any other shares? Not all at once. They teach me 20 seconds as a facilitator. I gotta
I'm
wait 20
I'm going.
seconds.
I was waiting to see if Jamie was gonna go. I was gonna call her out, and I was giving her that eye, but she was like, "Right back at you, sister."
Yeah, I see you. I see all those eyeballs.
I just want to say welcome, ladies. I'm so glad to be here with you gals tonight. Um, you will see me a lot in the chat. I'm when Crystal doesn't do the lives on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I'm the one who posts the videos for you. So to hopefully help you make life a little bit easier for you. Um, if you have any questions about anything, and if Crystal's not available, please don't be afraid to reach out to me. I will gladly help you if I can. And if I can't, I'll send you to another one of the team members that can help you because we don't want to leave you hanging. So quick celebration for me. Um, I did not get out of bed this morning. I was riding the struggle bus this morning and I said, okay, you know what? I have to do a 3-mile walk run today. And I'm like, I'll wait till later. So at 3 o'clock this afternoon, I was like, to be on the computer in 3 hours and I need to get this walk run in. So away I went, smoked it, smoked it. I cut 4.8 minutes off of my time from last week. When I went
Yes.
out and did a walk run on last Tuesday, I was at like 54 minutes and 10 seconds. And when I did it today, last week I did a 1.5 miles walking and running. Today I did 1.75 miles straight run, and I did 1.25 miles of walking. And I came in at 49 minutes and 29 seconds. So that's my celebration for today.
Amazing. I'm so proud of you. Awesome. And for the greater group that doesn't know why you're doing this walk run, are you willing to share?
Yes. So my husband and I were at a pool party a few weeks ago with some friends of ours, and they were talking about a 5K race that is it's in Ellicottville. It's the Evil it's the end of October, and they do a 5K, a 10K, and they do a half marathon and a marathon. I'm sticking with 5Ks. That's where I'm comfortable at. So that's my home. I like them. I'm good with them. This will be my second 5K this year.
Right.
I did my first one in May, not training at all, straight off the board. Well, I shouldn't say, wait, let me back up. I was doing my CBL workouts, but as far as getting out and doing any running, I did nothing. And I made it through. But my husband and I are joining. There's 3 other couples that are going to do the race also. One of the guys is doing the half, and then all the rest of us are doing the 5K together. So if I can do it, you guys can do it.
Awesome. Well done. And what a powerful way to bring you and your husband together and train together. And I really enjoyed putting that plan together. So well done. Keep showing up. And you're showing the no matter what club, right? And for those of you who are new to this community or this is your first time, CBL stands for Cruise Beyond Limits. So when you hear CBL community, that is the Cruise Beyond Limits community. So just acronyms. I just want to make sure nobody gets lost. So thank you so much, Cynthia. Cynthia is a part of the Dream Team and she is an extension of me. So that we recognize in this community that we're not meant to do life alone and we ask for help, right? And so this community does not run without the incredible Dream Team. So I just want to honor and thank all of you because when I first started this almost 7 years ago, I did a lot alone. And I felt like I had to do it alone. And it wasn't until I experienced extreme burnout and resentment and contemplating not doing this anymore, where that was the awakening moment where I said, you know what? I'm going to ask for help. And so we have a beautiful, incredible Dream Team. Cynthia's part of it, Annette is part of it. And we have Heather, and we have Kelly, and Denise, and Jen. And who am I missing?
Sandra.
Sandra.
Sandra,
Sandra's
Sandra,
in here tonight. Um,
and
so
the dog.
incredible team, right? And we all play a vital role. And I want to
Mm.
share this with you because I think it's very important as women. We feel like we have to do it all, right? And so many times at the expense of our own health and wellness, right? And so I created this program because I am just like you. I'm no different, right? Because we get very caught up in how much we have to do for everyone else, right? Because we are caring, loving, giving souls. And so I just love the opportunity to be surrounded by other loving, caring, giving souls that we all can just connect and just be, right? And build and grow. And thank you so much, Cynthia. She's celebrating. She's down 1.7 pounds this week, too. Congratulations.
Oh,
Because we show up no matter what, like our life depends on it, because it does. And we have a system and we have a rhythm and we have a community and we have a routine that the work works when you do the work, right? And so often we skip these steps, those sometimes just the basic steps, such as hydration, right? Or getting curious of like what's actually happening in our body and our nervous system and spending that time to quiet the noise, right? And just be here and giving yourself that gift of getting curious and connecting, right? So, does everyone have a different role for help? Yes. So everyone plays a different role on the team. Cruise Beyond Limits is a very large company, and there's several different aspects to it. So we have the fitness community, we have the free community, right? The health is wealth community. We have the Bombshell Boot Camp. So Annette is the backbone of my social media. She's my online paparazzi. So you see her sharing links and engaging once I'm live, if I'm speaking live, for instance, as a summit or anywhere. She's basically my agent to get on stages and get opportunities, right? So she is like a lot of the backbone of tracking in our data, so that I can make informed decisions as a business owner of where our metrics, who's showing up, who's not, when we do contests, she's there, right? And then we have a 3-month course. It's a mastermind course, which is called the $1 Million Body Academy. And that's a 6-module course. So we go through your personality style, your habits, your nutrition, your confidence, your relationships, and boundaries, right? And that is a beautiful cohort group coaching program, right? And so we have the beautiful Heather and Sandra and Cynthia and Annette who really help manage that group. And there's a lot of moving parts that go into the way that so that I can be here to show up and be able to lead and mentor each and every one of you through these difficult, challenging conversations, right? To unpeel the layers of all of us learning and growing and navigating through learning to love ourselves in this season, right? And figuring out who we are to the core in our personality, our communication style, our love languages, right? What our habits, our self-love, our confidence, the self-talk, the negative self-talk, the how we flip the script, how we retrain our brain and how we have that conversation in the relationship with ourselves and others. And then how to communicate that and set boundaries. So it's a whole system and it's a process. And so that program is a very amazing program. And so we have a couple people that help lead that. And then we have private coaching, which is really just me, private, one-on-one. So I do take a couple clients there. And then so I have the incredible dream team that's helping in the back end navigate all of the communities and the chats and the scheduling and the follow-up and the follow-through so that I can really pour in and be present for my one-on-one clients. And then also, yes, we have retreats as well. So we do private retreats, we do team building retreats. I do book writing retreats. If you want to write your book, if you want to start a business, I do business building retreats. And then we have the women's holistic wellness retreats. And so we have a retreat team that supports. And in order to be welcome onto that retreat dream team, you have to attend as a client to experience the transformation so that you know that white glove treatment that is done right there. So that is and yes, the merch shop. Cynthia actually owns her own business as a t-shirt designer, creations of all the things. She does custom cards and shadow boxes to bouquets of flowers to you name it. This woman is a genius creation, crafty creations, right? And so she has taken over the Cruise Beyond Limits merch store. So you see my long sleeve. She makes these and makes sure that we are able to shout this message and this movement of putting ourselves and our health first for at least 34 minutes a day so we can reduce the stress and overwhelm of life and live a more fulfilling life. So we get to wear the merch so we can show others what's possible. And it inspires us and we do the work and then we show others what's possible. And that's the ripple effect of our leadership. Great question. So shout out to the incredible Dream Dean, because I would not be where I'm at and we wouldn't be able to make the impact and be so visible and be able to amplify. And I met Dawn. I was in a summit that I think I'm not sure it's the happiness summit. Someone connected me. But I was on the happiness summit and she last week was in the summit and she booked a call with me and we met on Zoom earlier today. And it's been a beautiful connection. And now she's here. And I was like, hey, we just got off the phone at 5 o'clock an hour ago. I was like, I got just enough time to eat. I said, you're welcome back. She's like, what's next? And I'm like, well, come back, come join us. She's hopped right in. So thank you so much. So welcome, Don. Do you want to share? Are you able to share? Or no pressure. You can.
Is,
Yes, I
is,
would like
oops,
to
oops,
share. So
oops.
I counted that as a win. I thought I should celebrate that win that I booked the call with you. I'm so happy that I did. I am thrilled that I did.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was wonderful. I'm very thankful.
Yeah,
Happy to be here.
thank you. We're happy that you're here. Do you mind sharing with the ladies a little bit about yourself? Because I know a lot, but it's your story to tell. So, if you feel inclined to just introduce yourself in a couple, 30 seconds or so, let us know what you're working on and any questions with hydration, anything you're willing to share.
That I'm here in California and
Hmm.
I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist who has been caregiving for the past 5 years. That has really taken quite a lot, and learning that is a role that I have played throughout the caregiving, and now I'm needing some of that care and learning to give that to myself. I'm discovering
Beautiful.
that's where I'm at. Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for the
much.
love.
You're in the right place.
Thank you.
Always right on time.
It's
Yeah.
a beautiful community you have here.
Thank you. And you're part of it. Your family now.
Thank you.
Welcome. Celebrating you. This is a journey, right?
Mhm.
Just one step, one day at a time. That's it. That's it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank
Very
you.
courageous.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have any questions with regards to hydration or movement or anything? You don't have to, but just curious if there's anything on your mind that you'd like to ask.
Nothing particular.
Okay.
Or maybe how this is working, this learning comes about. You said you have different topics, and I'm wondering about how that works.
Yeah. So each month we have a different focus, right? So last month was all about giving back, right? And how because we're servant loving, caring creatures, right? Everyone in this community is just the same. We have beautiful hearts, right? And we want to care for others. So giving back, by giving into ourselves was last month. And so that was our focus for the month. This month's focus is hydration. We're in the summer months, right? And so sometimes when we are depleted, it's a lot of times we skip over the part that we forgot to drink, we forgot to eat because we're caring for others, right? And so really just with these different topics or focuses, I want us to really just spend some time and say, okay, how are we doing without judgment? How are we doing? And how can we perhaps implement and learn from each other to learn some other skills or tools or ways to think about or have a more fun water bottle. Like this one's on brand. This is my brand color. So this inspired me, right? I was drinking out of red solo cup. I was drinking out of red solo cups since I moved here to Puerto Rico. And then I had these beautiful glasses, but they were so small. And I found myself going back and forth, and it was annoying. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to inspire myself and I'm going to get myself a new water bottle. And I wanted to just, I too struggle with this because I'm busy, I'm moving all over the place, and it's in the Caribbean, it's hot, right? And so if we're not mindful and being intentional with, okay, this is we got to sometimes do some tricks to trick ourselves, right? And so that might mean putting fruit in your water or a lemon squeeze or a little vitamin or there's or just even just spicing it up with a fun cup that is your emotional support water bottle that make sure you get it in. So and then also recognizing being intentional with this month in particular, but every month of if you're feeling irritable, if you're feeling tired, if you have vertigo, if you have headaches, if you are craving certain things, a lot of times it's caused from dehydration. It's caused from our nutrition. It has a direct impact on our mental health, right? So and as a an ultra marathon runner, for those of you who don't know, I've run 26 marathons in a 50-mile race before. So our body is like a vehicle. So where did I learn this? I learned it from a lot of trial and error and a lot of headaches and a lot of times where I didn't want to get out of bed and a lot of times where I didn't feel strong during my workouts, a lot of times where I thought I was going to pass out, a lot of trips to the emergency room on IVs, quite honestly, a lot of experience with vertigo, a lot of stress and trauma, a lot of relationship issues, a cancer diagnosis, you name it, I've been through it. So I know when I'm not drinking my water, I know the indicators that quick. God bless you. I know the indicators that quick because I'm so in tune with my body and what it needs. Right. And so this is what I love to help people with. And all it is, and I'm not saying you have to be an ultra marathon runner and you have to do all these things. I want to give you small things to think about for when we're in this heightened sense or when we're angry and we're irritable and we're like, what's happening in our body? And like, right. It's like, okay, let's collect some data. Let's not judge, let's not push, let's not reach for all these other things. or reach for the sweets or the alcohol or the wine or the drugs or the sex or the gambling or the shopping, right? Let's really just take a step back and get back to basics and say, okay, when was the last time we drank water? Did we miss a meal? What the heck happened the last 72 hours? What stresses and pressures are going on in my life right now? Like, literally, it's that simple, but we skip over that part because we're like, no, 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 it's got to be all this other stuff. Like, there's something wrong with them and they trigger me and this is, and it's really like, I'm not fueling myself. And so I've had a lot of trial and error, and I'm right every time. So the work works when you do the work. So we try to do all these other things, these fancy things. And so we just got to stick to the basics, my friends. And so that's my answer. I hope that answers your question, Don.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
My favorite color that you're
Oh,
into.
yes, Caribbean blue. I love it.
It is like Caribbean.
Hmm.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing and thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course, my pleasure. All right. Who would like to go next?
I can go.
Okay. Hello, beautiful.
Hello. It was going to be a fight between me and Annette, and I didn't really want to be the last one.
No fighting in this group. No way.
Um, Hi, welcome to everyone who's new or anyone that I haven't met. This is my second time with Cruise, but I've been here for, it's like my second or third month now at this point. My celebration, I guess, is like showing up tonight. I didn't really want to. I struggle, I work a lot and yeah, I work a lot. And so my downtime is very precious to me, but also so isn't this. So I have to like keep that in mind. So that is my celebration. Thank you, Cindy. And I just wanted to touch on what you were talking about, Crystal, saying like, so this weekend I didn't do well taking care of myself. I was with a friend who's been struggling and made really like good impulsive decisions to get like tattoos and stuff, but I didn't like feed myself or drink water. So I took care of like the part of my soul that was like connected with another human being on a different level. But not the part of my bodies that needed it. And so yesterday when I worked out, I just could not move. Like I did it, but I struggled. I was so heavy and I was like, this is a result of me only working out once or twice last week. And then this morning, my sleep's been really bad. So I struggled to even get out of bed this morning or show up to work and all the things after work. So yeah, it's just really a true testament. Like I know the food thing, but I don't ever think about the water. Like when I think about it, I'm like, okay, am I hungry, angry, lonely, tired, like all those things, but I forget the water piece. I also struggle with hydration in the sense that I am a therapist as well. And trying to hold your bladder while you're meeting with clients back to back to back to back is difficult. And I'm like, okay, is that the battle I want to have today? And so sometimes, my schedule isn't back to back clients all the time. So some days are easier in this field, in this work setting that I experience than others, but it's definitely getting better.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. We could have all the excuses and all the reasons to not be here, right? But ultimately, we're filling our cup, right? And I promise you, every single time I will leave you better than you came. So, and it fills my cup
You
every
always do.
single time. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So thank you for your honesty and for your reflections. And I'm hearing that you had some really great connection with someone that this weekend that was having a hard time, right? And I love how much grace you're giving yourself, and also honesty, right?
Mm.
Of how you're feeling today. And you're able to pinpoint really what was missing, right, in the last couple
Mhm.
days, right? And while also recognizing some of the impulse actions, right? So without judgment though, right? And so
Mhm.
that's where we want to get to. This is for the whole group, right? This is the reflection station. This is your reflection station, okay? This is where you get to be all of you without judgment. Judgment of this group. You're never going to get judged by me unless you're judging yourself. Then I'm going to be like, right? You're going to get you're going to get my eyeballs, but it's only because I want to catch this for you. And so, Jamie, I just applaud you for your reflection station. And that's fueling you, and you're here. And so very powerful. And so one of the things that comes up for me, I know Don and I spent some time earlier on Zoom, and I caught myself a couple times. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be drinking. Maybe this is a little bit unprofessional. I just met her, I'm not wearing a bra, like, but I'm like here, like sipping, like we're best friends in my living room. Right? And that was an instant connection. And I just share that from my own space. I definitely caught myself a couple times not wanting to drink water, but it wasn't because I didn't want to be present for her. Or I didn't have to pee. It was like sometimes I use it as a way to pause my brain so I can serve her more. And I use
Mm.
it in that space, and I'm telling myself that. So I'm not judging myself in that moment and saying like, I know I need this not only to wet my whistle, but also pause my brain. And I use it intentionally. And I know I'm giving myself pause and a gift. And I also know that if I'm in the right space with the right client and they are caring, giving souls, if I had an emergency right now and I had to get up and pee, I can say, you know what? My bladder needs me right now. Can you wait 2 minutes while I run to the bathroom and I'll be right back so I can serve you better? Because I'm not present in my body and in my moment, giving myself the gift so that I can pour into you.
Mhm.
And I know some of you have been in the workouts where on that 1 minute break, I have run to the bathroom because duty calls, and you get a little bit more of a break because I can't crap myself in the middle of a workout and still be able to be my full self for you. Sorry, TMI. But that's sometimes what happens. The pre-workout hits me and it hits me out of nowhere. And sometimes you just gotta go. We're all human, right? And people love us when we're human,
Mm.
right? And we're more real and we're more relatable, and you're going to be able to help them more.
Mm.
And so that's if we can get to that lens where we're not helping anybody if we're not helping ourselves, right? And we're in this depleted mode of
Oh,
dry and dehydrated, then we're going to be irritable, right? And we're trying to be present for others. So it's a dance and it's hard, right? So finding those spaces and then setting that boundary for yourself and saying like, I need this. And I even said to Don, I said, listen, I love this conversation, but my stomach's growling. I need some dinner before this next call so I can pour into my ladies. You're welcome to come join, and we'll continue this conversation later, right? And you do it in a nice, loving, caring way, because I know you're not going to do it in any other way. So, and that goes for everyone, because we're all helping people. And sometimes taking that pause might feel like we're interrupting or we're not honoring the space, or like it might disrupt something or they're going to feel a certain way. Because you're not going to do that to them. So they're not going to do that to you. And if they do that, there's that do. If they do that to you, then they're not your people. And I know your clients, sometimes you can't, but you can manage those expectations, right? So you can't pick your clients sometimes, right? I have the beautiful gift of picking my amazing clients. Some of us cannot, right? So I hope that helps you, Jamie, and gives you a little bit of perspective and permission if you needed it. Give yourself that permission. Just say, you know what, time out. Like I meet people for the first time, and I know I've shared this before, but for those of you who are new to my world, I eat every 2 hours, I hydrate, I pee all the time, and I nap in the afternoon. Any questions? So no, me if If I have not eaten, if I'm hangry, and I'm off my feeding schedule, I'm dehydrated, my brain's not going to work. If I need a nap, then you're not going to get me at what you want. So this is me. You're welcome. You get all of me, right? And that's what you love, right? So you want to give me that gift. Yes, thank you. Okay. So the people that want to receive your love and your heart are going to want that from you to give you yourself the same love that you're giving them. Otherwise, you're robbing them. And that's one thing that has helped me move forward is if you don't show up and you don't serve yourself first, then you're robbing the people that need to hear you. You're robbing the people that you need to serve, that need you at 100%. And you don't want to rob anyone of that. So that keeps me showing up every single day, no matter what. And I'll tell you, I didn't sleep maybe 2 hours last night. I had some very challenging conversations yesterday. The last 2 days, I've napped a lot and I could barely sleep last night. And so this is a continuous process and a grace and a space. And I'll tell you, Jamie, there were parts of me tonight that didn't want to come into this chat either. And I'm just being real, right? I want to go check out. I want to go for a walk. I want to go have dinner. I want to, all these other things. But I committed, right? No matter what. So I hope that sure helps you, but thank you. Yep, on me. This is it. Showing you what's possible so you could do the same for everyone that needs you at your 100%. So, okay, who else would like to share? Annette, I see you unmuted. Hello, beautiful.
It's just me. You got 1 minute, so I'm gonna
Yes.
get on it. Okay, so I'm Annette. I'm part of Crystal's team, like she said. You'll see me all over social media answering all your stuff and going crazy. But yeah, here I am. I'm celebrating that I moved from Puerto Rico to Pittsburgh, still did my workouts as best as I could.
Good for you.
Then drove to Illinois, 8 hours, saw my son, drove back to Pittsburgh, 8 hours all night, got here at 3 in the morning. Then we had nothing in the place at all. I was literally using a box as a table, but I'm still doing my workouts, still trying to work as best as I can until all my stuff comes. And I am hydrating because if I don't, I get headaches. And I can tell right away if I didn't drink enough water. So even if we go out to eat, even if we're out having a drink, I always order water. So I have water and a drink every time. Or when I'm eating, I always have water. Even if I get a soda, I still get water. So that's just me. I always have water. My body's used to it now, so it knows how much. So yeah, that's the water intake for me, and I can tell if I don't. It's funny because I worry about my water, but then I look at the dog's bowl and it's empty. I'm like, dog needs water too. So I mean, you just gotta think of like, it's just not you. Like I make sure my husband drinks water, my dog drinks water. So anyway, water all the way around. Um, but yeah, so here we are. And I don't really have any questions. I feel like the stretching, Crystal knows, but the stretching's helping my heel. I had some
Right.
problems with my heel. I've been stretching it.
Mm.
I do moderate or light work on that one heel that has been bothering me. So you can still work out or still do whatever, even though a certain part of your body is or hurt or injured or whatever. But there's different ways to go about that, and obviously medical attention. But overall, this community is awesome. We're all here for you. We're here for each other. So if you have any questions or concerns, or you just don't know what to do, you can just message me. I'll answer right away or help you. So yeah, that's me. 701.
Yes, thank you so much. Amazing. Oh, ladies, this has been a beautiful, beautiful evening. Thank you so much for your shares. Great tips with going out to eat, great tips with making sure we're caring not only for ourselves, and we're good at catching it for other people too, right? I think that was a really, really powerful reminder of the people that are around us that are maybe irritable. Be like, it's time to drink water. Are you drinking your water? Right? And you can make it into a game, right? And finding ways to track and support each other, have accountability partners. We're all here for you, right? And so, if you have questions, you need support, reach out. Sometimes we got to have tricks. I know my trick is just a fun water bottle that goes with me everywhere. It goes in the car, it goes everywhere. And sometimes I have to make sure that I wash it. So that's another public service announcement. Wash your bottles out, make sure that they're clean and wash your straws. Okay, and just saying, we want to stay as healthy as possible. But if you all need support, if you have any questions, please feel free to continue to reach out, continue to lean in. Thank you all for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, wherever you're at in the world. You're here, bloom where you're planted. Keep showing up, no matter what. Like your life depends on it, because it does. If you're catching this on replay, make sure you shout yourself out, #replay. Continue to celebrate yourself each and every day. Honor all the hard work and the 100% of the amazing days that you've made it through. And there's so
Mhm.
many more ahead of us. So I love you. Keep going, keep showing up, and we're here for you. All right, cheers. Crazy Band Limits, everyone.